Hello and welcome back. Today I have something, it is just fresh out China, and instead of putting it in a plastic bag or a garbage bag, what I usually say them, they put it in a proper box, and it is the latest professional intelligent solder station from Aixun or JCID Aixun. And I did a review already before from the little brother, and it is the T3A, and later came the T3B, and the station was the holder of the solder gun was a little bit different. And the good thing about this brand is, I think, that they still do updates. I have this one almost a year, and I checked a few weeks ago. I checked if there was new firmware, and it was there, and they keep improving on that, so that is a real plus. Let's see why this box is so much bigger than this little box. It's the T420D. Very nice box. Dual channel smart solder station. So it has two stations, two temperature controls, and you see that the station is quite big if you compare it to the older one. Well, the base station is a lot bigger than this one, and I will explain why. Here it is, looks proper. It heats like super fast. Puff, here it is, little overshoot, but that's because it heats fast. This is amazing, but here they did a much better job. So, and why is this so big? Well, it says here, pure AC, pure isolation. So what they did, they put, instead of a switch power supply that is in the T3A or the T3B, they put here a huge toroid ring transformer. And here you can see it supports the T245, T220 and the 2115 handles. So that was looking at the box. What is inside? Have a quick look very quickly, because I don't want to, usually I get bored watching at this unboxing, but I just want to quickly to show you how properly it is packed. It has already three types of pins here. We zoom in on it later. That is for the 245. I have here two pins. That is for the C210. Then I have also here for the C115. So this package has all three. Here are my guns, I think. This is the 245. This is the 210. Look at this. If they ship it like this, you are pretty sure it arrives in one piece. Look at that. And yeah, I like that they use this type of foam instead of the white stuff, because this one doesn't give you any dirt. Okay, it's all on the desk, and yeah, the base unit is heavy, but of course of this toroid or ring transformer, it gives you good isolation with the AC, and also these are known to have not too much distortion, especially when you compare to those switch mode power supplies. And yeah, it's just because of the weight, it already feels like good quality, and I like how they did everything. It is just proper. It just looks good, and also it doesn't smell. Sometimes it has this chemical smell. Not at all. So we have the base units, and then we have these holders. The holder plugs in to the main unit in the back, and then the solder iron plugs into the unit, so then you don't have that extra cable what we had with the T3, that the power goes to the front in the handle, and then the thingy goes here in the back. And now it makes more sense if you separate it. There is only one cable in between here, and if you want it locked, you just slide it and then it is locked. Same for this one. Cluck, cluck. Yeah, this is great. And also you can rotate the angle to put the handles, and here you can pull the sticks out when they are hot, and here you have even storage. And here you can storage all your pins. That was missing in the 3TA, but I think they improved it on the T3B, because those holders look sort of similar. Here you have a little sponge to clean, and here you have with the metal also to clean the pin if there is some more dirt on it. So you just put it in. And before switching it on, before even trying the thing, I already think this is ideal to handles, because I remember with the T3A, when I wanted to switch tips, I needed to wait, or when it's hot, it's always a bit difficult to change the tips. And now we can have just two guns, different tips, one with a little bit more mass if I want to have a bigger surface to heat, and then later if I need to do the fine work, I just get the other gun. So that is really ideal already. Well, that all speaks for itself. I like there are compartments for the pins, because the T3 didn't have that, and it is really convenient. Although it can only support two handles at the same time, there is space to store your third one, and that is here. And it also works with the sleep mode. I will zoom in on it later. They just have also a connection for that. So it's not only the ring if you use it here in the front, but it is also here. So that is kind of convenient. Well, there is a lot of length in the cables. That is nice. This is a good length. You don't necessarily need to use these clips. Maybe I use it only here on the left because I have here the third gun. And if you take it out here, look at this. It is a long cable. So the station you can maybe put somewhere that you don't necessarily need to see after it is set up. And well, the same of course on this side. There is here a long cable. So that is very convenient. And these are also quite some length. And this is smart. Here is this metal ring, and it acts the same as this ring here. This is how it detects if it needs to go from sleep to normal. And yes, well, as I said before, it is great that you have here, you can put a bigger point, because this one is the 245. It really can heat some mass. And then here you can go with a little bit smaller point, or you replace also one of the bigger ones. But if you really need to go super fine, and it also feels very light, it really feels like you're going to do something precise. And the 245 and the 210 also, you can put some extra foam here. But yeah, for me, my hands are small enough. For me, this is fine enough. So let's power it on. Okay, switch on the back, but you find that on all the stations. Well, people know how I think about that. It is silly if you put it in a stack, but let's have a look at the display. Apparently 90 is the lowest that you can set it. So it starts by saying 90. It could also have set the temperature that is actually right now, but I think you can set it from 90 all the way up to 450, I think even. It can get very hot. Here is the current temperature, by the way, 20. It's version 1.01, so we can check later if there is an update. It already detected that I have the 245 in this one and the 210 here, and I didn't change anything. So what happens if I put... Oh, this is not channel, but this is just selection. And oh, there is a ring, which one you have. So these are just quick presets. 280, 350, 380. Okay, well, you just go to the right if you want to change the right one. You have here already your preset to 350, but if you now put your arrows up, you can see here in the small that the temperature just changes. So I did to the right. Well, I am usually you see a right box, so you know on which side you are changing, but I decided to remove after a while the red one. So now I don't know at which channel I'm looking at. If I now push to the right, I should be at the right channel. Now they could have put the box back again, but they didn't. But if I go left, here it appears, here it appears. So that is maybe for the new firmware. I selected 350 and now you see here, okay, 350. And now I can change it up if I want, or down. But those quick prefix for me as presets are good enough. Same for this side. How fast will it heat? It is now to 350. Let's go. Puff, there it is. That is super fast. And it cools down again. Same this one. Hot. Wow, that was fast. Well, this one is a little bit more mass, the 245, so it will take a little bit longer, but also longer to cool down. The 210 is small mass, so it will be very fast. Also in cooling down, but also in heating up. So if I grab it, puff, it's there. And you can see also it is very, very, very tiny. Okay, let's have a look at all the menu possibilities. Okay, push, well, left and right we have seen. Up and down we have seen. Let's put in the middle. And then we have apparently temperature control, statistics, settings, and sleep, but it is still in Chinese. So let's try to get it to English. It's not touchscreen. English to the right. Okay, and here is a readable character. So maybe that is language. Let's get my Google Translate for this. So it seems to be the top one. We are now selected in the top. Maybe I could have put already 3 languages here that you at least know, okay, here I need to set the language, because it has the capability, but for me as a foreigner, I cannot read this. So, oh, that is weird, because I thought I needed to go to the right, but that is apparently back. So how do I do this? Maybe I just need to push it in. Yes, okay. Well, apparently this one is selected and I can't read, so the bottom is probably English. But let me get the translator again. Okay, the bottom one is English. It would have been nice if it would have said English, because we want to change, because we can't read Chinese. Okay, so now it starts to be all clear. Exit, back, sound. We can switch off the beep. Oh. I need to push because to the right is exit instead of going through the menu. Okay. Sound open or sound close. That is probably on or off. Okay. Yes, it means on and off. Restore is probably default settings. Yeah. We can set the time. Boot time. Oh, you can working time. So it has been switched on now for 12 minutes and we have been working for 30 seconds. Okay, interesting. System info version 1.01. Here we can call the company and when is it produced? So it is kind of new, 2 months ago. That is pretty new. Temperature. Oh, again I make the same mistake. I need to push the middle. Okay. No, again I make the same mistake. For me it's somehow it's not logic to. Okay, push. Hey, how do I select that? Push, push. Okay, I can set it off. What does that mean? Oh, it is keeping it at the temperature of 90 degrees. Okay, so you can save some power by not doing that, and then you just need to wait a little bit longer. Okay, good to know. I don't mind waiting a little bit longer, and then we just don't need to constantly heat the tips. Okay, but it will cost you some time probably, because now it will take a bit longer. Okay, now it took 2 seconds. Okay, I prefer not to preheat it to 90. Interesting. Delay. No delay. Yeah, that is fine. Display. Off. Open and close, but they mean on and off. What does that mean? What does that mean? Display on. Do I see it different? Oh, that is maybe screensaver. Okay, it doesn't necessarily explain. I don't need that. Okay. Yeah, okay. Then I prefer this indeed. Now it is somehow back to 90. Why is that? Why is that? And the sleep timer. Okay. And we have temperature. The units, Fahrenheit or Celsius, that is fine. Level. Okay, these are your 3 presets here. Compensate. Okay, if you think the temperature is not good, well, I have no temperature calibrator, so that is fine enough. There is even a graph, so it is now set to the 210. That is this one, so if I grab the 210, this is the temperature, the red one, and then we have the power it's using in the blue. Interesting. How I changed to the other pin. I probably need to select first this one, yes, then go to the graph, and then I'm looking at this one. Poof. Yeah, this one takes a lot more power. Temperature is there. I don't see any overshoot already now. And I took it out 3 or 4 times, and it just goes. Wow, this is intelligent. Okay, we will have a quick look at the software on the computer later and how to upgrade it. I want to have a little look at the back. Here we have a look at the back, and I was really surprised about the quality of the cables. It feels good, and it actually has real plugs. You can just plug in and out, and it just feels like they put attention to it. And same here for the guns. If you want to change gun or handle, you just click in the other one, and that's it. It is that easy. It is smooth, and it is very hard to do it wrong, to be honest, because if you look at the plug, it just had one clippy there. And well, let's put in the little one, the 115, and let's see if it rackets nice. Oh yeah, and one other point, the grounding. Of course, with the European plug, you have your grounding here in this big pin, but they also provided a banana that you just put in here. and you can ground it yourself. And they say that the resistance between the ground point and the solder tip is less than 2 ohms. So let's have a look if that is true. Oh, I have the Bremen here. Set it to 0 ohms. We measure between that extra point that I created and the earth point we have here. Well, that is 0, 2. Let's get then the point. Now I put now the little one. Let's get the little one to the point and the ground point. .4 on the little one, and what if we get the big one? .2 on the big one. So yes, that is within specs for sure. Okay, let's see if it detects the tip, by the way, because we didn't check that. And when we're gonna do the software later, I have my USB port here. And it is just a Type-C, and those cables I have everywhere, so that is okay. I didn't see one supplied with it. But yeah, it's very common, and I'm happy it's a Type-C, because all these other USB, if you turn it the wrong way around, you break everything. So it is. I'm glad I use a Type-C. Okay, change the tip. Switch on the machine. It's booting. I think I left the display on. Yeah. Okay. Let's not do that. So that was in down, I think, and then it was display off. Okay, so that's something else. Back. Display here, open, off, off, return, return, return. Oh. Okay, but did it detect the stick? Yes, it did. Does it hit fast? There, puff. Wow. Yes, fast. Okay, let's have a look at the website. It is Aixun Tech. Yeah, we have a video playing in professional devices. We go to English, and we need to download the platform, so that's what we're going to do. Download the platform, and I already had that because of the other device, but I want to see. I removed it, so I want to see what will happen. Okay, it is here. Let's execute. Yeah, it cannot see if it is good or not, but we're going to run it anyway. Okay, it did that. Now, okay, I think it is asking for a software update. This has not changed. It's still by default in Chinese. So, but let's do the update. Okay, I think the update is done. It is still in Chinese. Yeah, one of these is setup. Yeah, this is the setup. And then here we need to go to English language. And again, what I would have liked, if you do here setup, then put in Chinese and in English letters setup. And then you can put here language and language in English. And then here we can, a Chinese can read that this is a Chinese, but an English cannot read that this is English. So that would have been nice, and I think this is the save button, if I remember correctly. Yes. And now it is all changed to English. So that is how you switch that over. Let's just see. I have the device still switched on. I'm plugging the USB. I will put my camera that is now in the bottom, I will point at the screen of the... Okay, we have the software right here. Let me just plug in the USB. We have a look in the screen. Hopefully it detects automatically the COM port. I hear toon toon toon. Did it detect anything? I see nothing happen. Is this the update tool? Okay. Manage. Device manager. Do I see a serial port? Yes. Let's try again. No, it does not able to find it. It says here install driver. I don't know which one it is. Well, I'm sure this driver I have, so that could not be. What if I just do this one? Install driver, who knows? I hope it doesn't ruin the rest. Okay, it did find something, it says that it needs a restart. Okay, after I reboot, let's start the program again. We go to update and it still doesn't seem. I will unplug it and I will plug it back in. Then yes, there it goes, there it goes. We can watch the display and it says USB connected. It is getting an update. I hope you can see because the camera is not that strong, but it says upgrade. And cluck cluck. I think it already did that. Okay. Yeah, and it is a few days old here. We have here the 220813. That is last week. Optimize the factory temperature for the 210. You see, they are still doing improvements. Pretty cool. I can do personalize. What can I do? Background colors. I don't think I will change anything because it's not that clear which background and what font we're actually talking about. Well, that's how you update. So here we have both of them together. The 3TA and T420D, and well, it is of course difference in size and also in price. I think this one here nowadays with all the VAT that we need to pay now extra is between 150 and this one is 300 plus. And would you think it's worth the price? Well, have a look. I have here one handle, I have three handles here, and this one has the Terra transformer. It really is a completely different device. This I would think, okay, this is nice to have at home. This I would even think you can use professional. It really is such an improvement. I'm really impressed that they came from this to this. So that was the Aixun T420D. And I think they improved a lot. This is very close to professional if it is not professional. I still need to see, of course, if I've been using it for a while, how it will perform. But it looks very good. The wires feel good. It is soft. It is not this cheap stuff. They really put some attention in a lot of details. The white display I need to get used to because the black one was more restful for the eyes. Well, here it is yeah, very clear. It is really in your face. But we could see you can customize a little bit. So maybe if I can make a black background and then need to play a little bit with the font colors. Not sure which fonts they mean because there are a lot of fonts everywhere. So I need to play a lot more with that. But I had exactly the same comment when I reviewed the T3A. And they haven't changed the software at all. And also changing the language could have been made a little bit more easy if only the items in the menu were both in Chinese and English for setup. and for language. And then when you have selected language, to put the Chinese in Chinese letters and put English in English readable letters. So someone that doesn't read Chinese can actually still change it over to English, and that is for the menu and that is for the software itself. But all the other things, I really think they did a great job. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you next time.